what exclusions, if we specifically talk about the exclusions that maybe you guys filed for list one and list two, how successful do you think that you've been, your clients have been? Do you see any kind of big red flags as people look to start doing this preparatory work that you and I just talked about working on for list three? Where have you seen maybe some pitfalls, and where have you seen a lot of success?
The ones that have been successful, to a certain extent, you've got to have a compelling story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a case where it's just a hard case to win, and there's not much you can do. But the ones that have been successful, in my experience, have been ones where a couple of things. You can demonstrate a reason why this product has to be made in China. For example, perhaps the factory you're working with has been certified by a third-party certification company like UL. Those certifications take a long time and a lot of money to get, and not every factory has them. So it may be that you can get that product outside of China, but that factory outside of China is not certified by UL. That's one consideration. Another consideration is if you've got supply contracts that stretch out over years that have been finalized and there's no out provision, they were entered into before these Section 301 investigations took place, that's a very compelling fact. Another compelling fact is there are some products, I'm thinking, products that are painted. There's paint or some sort of chemical involved that can't be used in the United States or can't be used in production in the United States because of EPA regulations. Mm-hmm. But it can only be done in China. That's a compelling fact. Also, if you have government contracts, or if your contracts are with local governments, or if your contracts are for nonprofits, this is not what the government wants to hit. So if you have that type of information, you can bring that to the fore. That's very compelling.
Good. Well, I appreciate that. And, we get those questions all the time. Like, what do you think our chances of getting it are going to be? And it's such a hard question to answer.
One caveat I'll also add is that the ones that I've seen granted tend to be very specific. Because one big part of this is what harm is it causing your company? Companies that will file these exclusion requests and say, well, our costs are going to go up, it's going to be expensive, we're going to lose customers, we're going to have to fire people. That all may be true, but you really have to make a solid demonstration of it. You've got to break out your financials. You've got to show them, hey, look, this is what we made in 2017, this is what we made in 2018, this is what we project for 2019. As you can see, it's an X% decline. That can be submitted confidentially. There's a confidential aspect of it. Companies that tend to be more specific and have more analysis tend to have done better than companies who just live in generalities. Because, yeah, it's true. Your costs increase, your profit's going to go down. But everybody's saying that. So I'd encourage you to be specific. Be as specific as you can.
Well, and I think that applies to a lot of the times you deal with customs in a lot of areas, right? Is that we really get into the weeds of what we're talking about, try to leave the periphery away and just get really focused. So